In the aftermath of the brutal attacks on the offices of French satirical magazine Charlie Hebdo on the 7th of January, France responded with mass demonstrations in support of free speech. But now there are concerns over the long-term impact on French society. I'm Leila Mlana Allen, and joining me on the line is our Paris bureau chief, Sophie Pedder. Sophie, this week's issue of Charlie Hebdo went on sale on Wednesday to great fanfare and with a print run of millions. What's the mood on the streets of Paris?
It's the second day that the new issue of Charlie Hebdo has been on sale here in Paris, and just like yesterday, all copies that were distributed to the kiosk and the newsagents sold out within a few minutes of them being delivered this morning at 6 a.m. before dawn. It's the issue that shows the prophet on the front cover and has the message, all is forgiven. And I think the mood here today is really one of defiance. The French are feeling that after the shock, they still feel that they won't be cowed by terror and wanting to defend free speech as much as they were during that march on Sunday.
Many are concerned about a backlash against French Muslims. Have these attacks played straight into the hands of Marine Le Pen and the far-right National Front?
I think in the short run it's Francois Hollande, the French president, and his government that come out relatively well. They reacted swiftly and with dignity in the aftermath of the terror attack. But in the longer run, I think probably Marine Le Pen and the populist National Front are the real beneficiaries, because there are lingering fears about the role of Islam in France and in particular the radicalisation of French citizens.
And how does the French government plan on tackling the problem of radicalisation?
Well, France has a relatively robust intelligence apparatus and pretty strong counter-terrorism legislation. They introduced new laws just at the end of last year, but I think there are nonetheless questions about how intelligence managed to miss these guys in particular, and whether or not there can be more resources put into the intelligence service to enable them to do more monitoring of radicalised young Islamists, particularly with those who've been in prison.
Now, following the attack on the magazine, there was a hostage-taking at a kosher supermarket. So what impact have these attacks had on France's Jewish community?
There's understandably a huge amount of fear among Jewish people in France at the moment. 4 Jewish people were killed in the kosher supermarket as part of the terror attacks, and already, even before this happened, France formed the biggest contingent of emigrants to Israel last year. So I think there are a lot of questions about how safe French Jews feel, even though at the same time there's been a lot of tightened security at synagogues and at Jewish schools, and the Prime Minister has gone out of his way to make clear that anti-Semitism won't be tolerated and that the law will come down very hard on those who perpetrate it.
Thanks, Sophie. That was Sophie Pedder on the line from Paris. In London, this is The Economist.
The Economist.